Welcome back to EP.9 of VAR From the Truth podcast. How are you, Josh? It's been a long week.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. Obviously, it's been a long weekend of football.
Has indeed.
Obviously, we were waiting for the international break to finish, so it was good to get club football back on the weekend. And some good fixtures, some surprise results.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously we'll run through all of them. Run through a few Champions League fixtures coming up.
Yeah.
And just a couple of other sort of takes here and there. I'll sort of go from there, really. But where do you want to start, man?
Well, yeah, we had a bit of a different episode last week. We talked about the World Cup and how buzzing we were from it, which was quite a nice change, actually. But I
Yeah.
suppose in terms of where to start, we have to head straight into that Premier League weekend and all the fixtures that happened because stuff went down,
Absolutely.
didn't it?
I'm trying to paint my smile from like the fixture.
Yeah, it was a crazy weekend of
Yeah.
football, and we'll start off with the first fixture. Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest was the early kickoff on Saturday. 3-0 win for Chelsea.
It was. I don't think that was the headline of the game. Obviously, the big headline was after the final whistle and Ange Postecoglou got the sack, which I don't think probably came as a surprise to anyone, really, with one, how trigger happy this Marinakis is, and two, just, I think Forest lost like 7 or 8 in a row, something like that.
Crazy.
Yeah, and just not good enough, mate. Not good enough. I think they must be ruined getting rid of Nuno. And
Crazy.
it's bonkers. But all in all, obviously a good win for Chelsea. They're not going to complain. It's probably one of the easiest fixtures they'll get away at the City ground. I think whoever goes there next, like whatever manager they bring in, is probably going to be a bit more pragmatic, so it'll be harder to break them down. Obviously, we're hearing Sean Dyche might be going in. But yeah, good win for Chelsea, and yeah, Nottingham Forest need to get out of this slump before they find themselves in trouble later in the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the polar opposite to last year, isn't it? Just an absolute horror show.
Yeah.
And I would love to know what goes on in Marinakis' head. Because, I mean, how do you go from having such a good season? I mean, in my opinion, Nuno would have to do something shocking to lose his job after what he did last year.
Yeah.
And I understand, I think there was a bit of an issue with Edu, who was obviously the previous Arsenal sporting director, and Nuno and Edu didn't get along. But I mean, in that situation, after what your manager's done for you, surely you back your manager.
100%. 100%.
And now look at it. They've gone for Ange Postecoglou. And what do you expect when you get someone like him in? Because, I mean, he isn't winning anything in his second season this time, is he? Because he only lasted 8 games.
And like, mate, I've seen a thing in his last, I think it was his last 42 league games, he's lost 39. Like, mate, he's lost. I'm pretty sure it was like there or thereabouts in terms of that.
Yeah.
But like,
It's something crazy.
regardless, like that is poor. Like that is so poor for a Premier League manager to be losing that amount of games. Like, he can't get another big job. Surely, like, surely not.
He's probably going to go back to Australia.
Yeah.
Manage someone there or something like that.
Yeah.
Manage Melbourne FC or something like that. But yeah, it's just crazy. It's an absolute horror show. But we'll see what happens with Forest. We'll see what happens. See if they can turn it around.
What did you think of sort of Chelsea's performance? Obviously, 3 points for them.
Yeah, I mean that they've got that feel. They got another red card. which which is hilarious because
Yeah,
I think that's 4 or 5 games in a row they've had a red card,
yeah,
which
it's
is
bad.
just mental.
Yeah,
But I mean, because of how terrible Forest are, it's hard for me to like give
yeah,
them props. But
yeah,
I mean, they did what they had to do. They won the game,
yeah,
by 3 goals to 0 as well. Which I think the keeper Sells um, could have done a bit better on a few of the goals. But
mm,
fair play to Chelsea. And they're gaining some momentum, and that win against Liverpool might be what they needed to bring into action, and
yeah,
start climbing up the table.
yeah, for sure. Anyway, moving on to the next game.
Moving on, we've got Brighton Newcastle,
Mm,
2-1 Brighton at home.
yeah, that was
Danny, yeah,
yeah, Danny Welbeck brace.
yeah,
See, it was I think it was a good start by Newcastle. Obviously, Walter Mardo got another goal, and it was a good
yeah.
goal.
It was a good goal.
Not a goal that you'd expect a 6'6" striker to get, but
No,
I think what we've been told about him is that like he is very like good with his feet, and like I've seen that in the first few games that he's played. Like he is actually quite technical rather than just being like a big sort of lump up front.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, it was a really really good finish from him. But yeah, Brighton at home. Always dangerous team. And yeah, like you say, another 2 goals for Danny Welbeck, who's creeping towards 100 Premier League goals at the moment, which is well played to him. He's had a a really long career, um, and yeah, probably not ideal. Obviously for Newcastle, it's probably not what they wanted. If they are trying to get into Champions League, that's kind of the games they need to be winning this season. Um, Obviously, they're still missing Wissa as well. And it just feels like we don't know when he's going to be back. Obviously, Afcon's coming soon, so I don't know if he's going to go there or if he's going to miss that. But yeah, they definitely need something else, like another option. So I think they need Wissa as soon as possible, really.
yeah, yeah. No, it was a good win for Brighton. Um, I think the only positive Newcastle can take really is Walter Marda.
Mm.
I mean, even his penalty the other week, it went quite viral because it was just top bins,
Yeah,
and it was yeah. He seems like they found another striker.
yeah,
Um, and I feel like Newcastle will get onto um, Mr. Isak in a bit, but they do tend to play to a number 9 strengths. I
mm.
feel like a number 9 likes to play for Newcastle because of the way they play.
Yeah,
Um, and I also want to talk about Danny Welbeck because
mm.
he's actually had some really. He's only 34,
Mm.
but it seems like he's been around for
Age,
ages.
ages, yeah, yeah,
Ages and ages, and fair play to him. I think he scored quite a few goals this season. He
yeah.
scored a couple against Chelsea as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so, and I think he scored a pen the other day as well. Yeah, so I think he is up there with a few goals this season for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. And he goes under the radar. No one really speaks about him.
Yeah,
But every time I see him play, he's always dangerous. He's always very eager to close people down, good at
yeah.
pressing,
He's just
high energy levels.
a big nuisance. Like,
Yeah, he's just a fair play to Welbeck, man.
yeah,
Fair play. I
100%.
always remember that goal he scored at the Emirates.
Oh, against Leicester, the header.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
right. Yeah,
always, yeah,
wow.
always remember that goal. The next, Burnley beat Leeds 2-0.
Yeah. Didn't really see that coming. To be fair, if I'm honest, I thought, obviously, I think throughout the episodes, this that we've been doing, we've praised all three of the promoted teams for like really going for it, and for the points that they've stacked up so far, and another good 3 points for Burnley, um, and again, I still think that at least two of them are going to be safe this year.
Yeah,
Um, I think maybe one might go down. I'm not sure who it'll be yet. If I had to like put my money on it right now, I'd
yeah,
say Burnley. Um,
Stay up or go down.
to go down probably.
Yeah.
Just because I think like the Ellen Road factor. Um, but yeah, big props to all three of the promoted teams. Really playing well.
Who do you think's most likely to come to do the best out of those bottom three, those promoted teams as
It,
well?
it's got to be Sunderland. Obviously the way they're
Yeah.
playing at the moment. Obviously we'll come on to their game in a minute, but yeah, for me it has to be Sunderland.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Then on to one of the craziest games of the weekend,
Hmm.
Palace Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Mateta with a hat trick,
Yeah.
last minute penalty,
Yeah.
and he misses an absolute sitter to win it 4-3 as well. Blazes it over the bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, what a game that was.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, he came off the back of scoring for France for the first time as well. So obviously, it was a really big sort of week for him, to be fair. But what did you sort of think of the game?
Yeah, I just thought it was. I didn't expect it, to be honest. I thought
Mhm.
Palace are usually quite hard to break down and difficult team to play against. And
Yeah.
obviously, Bournemouth are just on fire, and
Mm.
it just had all the drama a great game needed, and
Yeah.
even that missed chance at the end kind of added to it.
Mm.
It's weird seeing Semenyo not on the score sheet,
Yeah.
but yeah, great game, and I think those two teams are going to be battling it out for probably the European spots
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
season as well. So a win for either of those teams would have been really big in the long stand of the season.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, yeah, like you say, both of them should be fighting out for probably Europa League, I reckon. Obviously, Crystal Palace are in the Conference League, and they'll probably look to be going very deep in that competition. So that's obviously one eye on that for them. But yeah, Bournemouth, I reckon, will be there or thereabouts, pushing for
Yeah,
sort of Conference League, Europa League this season.
I think it depends if they can keep Semenyo in January,
Yeah, yeah,
because
because
I
you
think
never know, someone might come in. Yeah,
there's gonna be some sharks circling for him,
absolutely.
definitely, because he's just been incredible.
Yeah.
Um, Moving on then to Man City Everton, and someone who can't stop scoring,
Hmm.
Erling Haaland.
Yeah, I think last week or the week before I made him my captain on FPL just because he's just on
It's a no-brainer.
he's just on a run of scoring. I saw a stat on Instagram earlier. It said him and Mbappe have scored in their last like 11 games consecutively. And I think Ronaldo's record was like 12 and Messi's record was like 21 or something stupid like that. But yeah, mad. But
21 games.
yeah, it's mad, isn't it? But
That's crazy.
yeah, like another brace for Haaland. I think he's on 11 in the league now. And we've only played 9 games or 8 games, I can't remember. Um, and yeah, it's just something else. And you know, me and you were both saying to each other like, when you've got a player like that playing for you, um, you're you're in with a chance, you know, of competing for the league. If he can keep up that form and he doesn't get injured, they're definitely in with a chance.
Mate, 100%. One thing I want to touch on about Man City is Donnarumma has transformed that back four a little bit,
Yeah.
because they seem to be harder to break down. They've
Mm.
got a shot stopper now. Where Donnarumma maybe lacks in the Edison flair and playing out from the back, he makes up for it in the shot stopping. And
Yeah.
he's commanding, he comes and catches balls. And if you look at the core of that team now, you've got Donnarumma, Haaland,
Mm.
Rodri, I know he's a little injured at the moment, and Diaz.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a strong core of players right there. And then
Absolutely.
when you add that Erling Haaland is scoring a brace pretty much every single game,
Yeah.
it gives your team such a good chance to win the league or be in a title race, because it just gives your team momentum. If you know you've got Haaland up top, it's going to score you at least a goal or a
Mm,
couple goals each game.
mm,
It's what happened with Liverpool last season. Salah, was that man in the first half of the season, and you
mm.
get that feel good factor around the club, and all of a sudden you've won 5 games in a row. Everyone's confidence is high,
Yeah,
and fair play to Pep, because he has actually changed his way of playing, his philosophy maybe even a little bit, and they're
yeah.
going more direct. They're playing to Haaland's strengths, and
Mm,
at the moment it's working for them. And as an Arsenal fan, I'm starting to worry a little bit about Man
yeah,
City. Starting to look over my shoulder a little bit, and I'm
yeah.
starting to think that point at the Emirates was actually far better than
Mm.
I thought it was after the game.
Yeah, especially when people were saying that, we should have gone there and like we should have won that game. Which how defensive Man City were being, I can see why they said that. But when you look at how Man City have been playing the last few weeks and the form that Haaland's in, a point doesn't look so bad now, and like other teams are getting blown away by Man City. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a long way to go, but I mean,
Mm.
they're doing what they need to do. And when you've got someone like Haaland, you've got a chance. And this is probably might even be the best he's ever looked in a Man City shirt, which is
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I think you're right. Which is mental to say. But especially without like an informed Kevin De Bruyne feeding him assists, he's still managed to get 11 goals in 8 games in the league, which is mental.
Who's better, bro, right now, Harry Kane or Haaland? Because I think Harry Kane scored 22 goals in all competitions, and he scored his 400th career club goal or something on the weekend as well. And he can't stop scoring.
I think if you had to, I think Harry Kane's a better all-round player. Um, in terms of like he can assist, he can like make, sort of eye the needle passes. He's sort of that all round sort of playmaker, and he is a bagsman. Um, but I think Haaland's just devastating. Like he just bullies players. He like bulldozes over players. Like when the ball goes in the box, like he's out muscling people, and he leaps like a salmon. Um, and I just think. I don't know who's better, to be honest with you. I think who I'd prefer in my team this season, I'd probably say Haaland.
Hmm.
I think he's just on in that mindset. He's just devastating at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, that's fair. So I mean, they're just two different players, but I
Yeah,
think I've got to go Haaland as well, just because. Yeah, I just think the only thing he wants to do is score goals.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he's not. He doesn't want assists or anything like that. And
No, he's not interested. He's not interested in that, and he's not interested. Like his hunger for, like, do you know what I mean? Like he would kill someone's nan to score a goal.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's what he wants to do: score goals, and that's it.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it's interesting to see where that's going to take Man City in the next few weeks. But moving on, we've got Sunderland 2, Wolves 0. Another win for Sunderland.
Another win indeed. Are they still in the top four? Are they?
I'll let you know. Let's get the table up. So they're in seventh. They're level on points with
Mm.
Spurs, Chelsea, and they're only 1 point behind Liverpool.
That's mad, isn't it? But honestly, out of all three promoted teams, they are by far playing the best. Um, some of their signings that they've made, Xhaka, Mukiele, some of the boys up top, they're just playing like a real team. And, when obviously when Arsenal go up against them, I'm not going to be full of confidence, because they look like a team that can cause problems at the moment. So yeah, honestly, all props to them, and I hope they keep up the good form. To be honest, and I hope they finish in the top half of the table. Really.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that Sunderland Newcastle game.
Oh,
Just
mate.
can't wait for it.
Especially with the form that
Yeah,
Sunderland, like, if Sunderland were like at the bottom of the table scrapping for wins, like it wouldn't be as great. But with the form that like both of the teams are in at the moment, if the game was like next week, I don't know who I'd put my money on. To be fair,
if it's at St James's Park, I think Newcastle.
yeah,
Um, just because I don't know, we'll see. It depends what Sunderland are made of. Because to go
yeah,
to that atmosphere, and to be fair to stick, because I know the Newcastle lads can play in like a really hostile atmosphere, but we'll see
mm,
if Sunderland can. But I'm buzzing for that. I think that's one of the games I'm looking forward to most this season. I just love that game.
yeah,
Um, all right, and then moving on, we've got Arsenal Fulham 1-0 to the Arsenal.
yeah. Another clean sheet. I think that's 3 goals conceded in the first. How many games have we played?
Hey,
8. So 3 goals in 8 games, which I assume is the lowest in the Prem.
yeah,
I've seen a couple of things about Arsenal chasing Chelsea's, I think, 04-05 record of 15 goals conceded in a
yeah,
season. You never know. I think it's a bit of a stretch, but I think they'll be thereabouts, mate.
yeah. I
That defense.
think I think if you calculate our XG and the amount of goals we conceded, and then look, I think we're on track to concede 14 point something goals this season if it carries on like that. And I
Yeah,
think that's the second game in a row we haven't faced a shot on target.
yeah. That is mental.
That is mental, and it's it's scary for the rest of the league.
Mm,
And they're just so solid and compact, and that team is so versatile in how it can play. Because if you want a team that can out possession someone, Arsenal can do that.
mm,
If you want a team that can sit in, make life difficult, have a physical battle with, Arsenal can do that. And it's
yeah,
almost like Arsenal have gone back to that, invincibles, that mean um, style of playing
yeah,
against those Man United games with Vieira, Campbell, and even before that with Tony Adams.
yeah,
Um, and I love to see it as an Arsenal fan.
yeah, yeah. It's proper like dogged, sort of old school like. And do you know what? Like, obviously, I said it to you the other day. People complaining about, and even Arsenal fans included, like complaining about Arsenal just scoring from set pieces and stuff like that. But set pieces are a part of the game. Like if you couldn't score from them, like what would be the point in having them? Like throw-ins, corners, free kicks. Like what's the point in
Yeah,
having these extra things if you can't score from them? Like Arsenal have utilised with their set piece coach and with their players ways to try and score from these opportunities that they're making. Um, so I'm all here for it. If they score another 30 set piece goals over the next 30 games and they win them all 1-0, so be it. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Obviously, I
yeah,
think everyone wants their team to play well and look good, and absolutely, I completely agree. Um, but in some games, like going to Craven Cottage away, where it's a tight pitch, Fulham are going to sit in. It's not easy to break these teams down. Like they're so well drilled and they're so well like, they're proper athletes, so they don't tire really. So it's really hard to break them down. So anything you can do to get a little edge, I'm all here for it.
yeah. And football has changed. It's not. It seems like teams are better drilled now further down the table. And
Mm.
when you go to an away ground, Arsenal lost to them 2 seasons ago and drew that last season. And I think
Mm.
I said to you, I'm taking a win no matter how it comes.
Yeah.
Because there's a time to play the lovely stuff. And Arsenal will put 5 or 6 goals past a few teams this season. And they'll
Mm.
play some fantastic football and they'll score goals from open play.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's a single Arsenal fan complaining that we beat them 1-0.
No.
Because that's exactly what went wrong last season.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't capitalise on the slip ups. We drew
Like,
too many games.
yeah.
And if we win every single game by a corner kick,
Mm.
I will happily celebrate that Premier League title
Yeah.
proudly.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And all the other clubs can hold that because you couldn't stop us. You couldn't stop
Hold that.
hold that. Because at the end of the day, it's part of football.
Yeah.
And if you can't work out how to stop Arsenal's corners,
Yeah.
tough luck.
So, yeah, that's literally a you problem.
Exactly. That is
Yeah.
a you problem.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with it. I like that our team's tough to beat,
Yeah.
and I
Mate,
like that we score from corners.
remember the days where like we had like Mustafi at the back, Socrates, David Luiz, Pablo Mari, um, like Gibbs, who do we have right back, like Carl Jenkinson, like these players who like they weren't defenders, Mavropanos,
Kim,
like to think of those days where like we were just conceding
Kim
goals.
Kelsey.
Yeah, but like, yeah, okay, we look good going forward and stuff like that, but we were conceding goals and we were being bullied at the back, and like everyone kept telling us to like, oh, we need bigger players, we need to stop getting bullied, and like we're conceding goals from corners and set pieces, and now look at us, it's the complete opposite. You cannot bully this Arsenal defense,
No.
and we
In
are
fact,
doing
it's
the
the
bullying,
opposite.
and like, and people, the same people who told us to like get stronger and stop being so nice are like now saying, "Oh no, they've gone too far the other way." But like, it's only because like we're winning games and like we're scoring from set pieces.
And guess what? Arsenal have got the highest goal difference in the league this season.
Yeah.
Yeah? And we put some goals past a few teams as well. We're not winning every single game by 1-0.
No. No. Absolutely.
And, I'd love to know how much possession each team has averaged because we've had a
Yeah.
lot of the ball. And I'll tell
Absolutely.
you one thing: other teams don't have a go at Arsenal.
Mm.
They sit in. They're very cautious against us. Like you go back to Liverpool at Anfield, they were cautious. Yeah, Arsenal were also cautious, but we were at Anfield.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, Arteta got criticised for his approach, but at the end of the day, it's going away to Anfield. We haven't won there for many seasons, and he wanted to be a little bit cautious.
Yeah.
Didn't want to lose that game, and wouldn't have if it wasn't for that crazy free kick.
Yeah.
Man City had about 10 centre backs on the pitch.
Hmm.
When we go to Fulham, they don't attack us, they sit in. Teams don't want to push Arsenal and press us because they know what will happen.
Exactly.
And it makes it harder for Arsenal. So, Arteta's had to find a solution. And one of
Mm.
those solutions is corner kicks.
Yeah.
And there's no one better.
Yeah. Absolutely. Anyway, on to the
Let's
next.
move on. Let's move on. So, go on to
Oh,
Spurs
actually,
Aston Villa. Yeah.
sorry. Before we do that, obviously there was a VAR moment, obviously in that game.
Yeah, let's
Uh,
talk about this.
I knew you'd want to talk about
Yeah.
that. Obviously, if anyone didn't see it, because Bukayo Saka sort of drove into the box with the ball. And I don't remember his name. I think it might be Kevin. I think his name, the Fulham player.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Sort of made a challenge inside the box as they were running together, and it looked like he sort of just basically took Saka out. On review, he sort of got a toe on the ball, but also at the same time as sort of his knee hitting Saka's knee. So it was to be fair, I thought it was a difficult one. like from the angles that you could see it looked quite difficult on like if he hit the ball first or hit Saka's leg first. But what did you think?
For me, I think that's a foul anywhere else on the pitch.
Mm.
And if I've watched that replay quite a few times, and Kevin hits Saka's knee first, and then
Yeah,
gets the bare minimum stud on the ball. But
yeah,
what has he done? He's taken out Saka to get to the ball.
yeah,
So you're telling me that as long as you touch the ball, yeah, you can rugby tackle someone as long
yeah,
as you get a little tap of the ball afterwards or at the same time. It's a
yeah,
foul for me. It's a penalty. And it's the
yeah,
same one with the Nick Pope one with Gyökeres. I don't like this rule that if you get a tiny little touch of the ball, because
mm,
the momentum of a player going through someone often results in a bit of the ball being touched, but it doesn't make it not a foul.
yeah,
I mean, and for VAR to say that wasn't a penalty, and then Amad Diallo in the
mm,
Liverpool game makes a brilliant challenge on Cody Gakpo,
yeah,
wins the ball first, by the way. The
yeah,
follow through is then hits Gakpo, and he gets a yellow card.
yeah. And
I was
and
fuming at that.
even Jamie Carragher on commentary said, "Where's his foot meant to go?"
Yeah,
Like it's just the way his foot's angled. Like where else can he go? Like so, the game's gone a little bit soft, to be honest, mate. It's just it's a bit ridiculous. I thought it was a tough one, the Arsenal one. And I just want to obviously touch on it with you. I could definitely see it being a penalty, and obviously when I first saw it, I thought penalty. Um, on review, I thought it could go either way. But as soon as he went to review it, I thought, yeah, he's never going to overturn it.
yeah.
They never do. I don't think I've ever seen it where they've overturned it
No,
yet.
they have the minerals. They don't have the
No.
minerals, these refs. And I understand that because he got a touch, they're trying to like keep it consistent after what happened at Newcastle.
Yeah.
But in this case, he does go through Saka first to get the ball, and I just don't think I don't think that's not a foul anywhere else on the pitch. And if it vice versa, I think it's a foul if Saliba does that or Timber
Mm,
does that. I think it's a penalty. I don't. Yeah, it annoyed me.
fair. Anyway, go on. Next
Anyway,
game.
we'll move on. Yeah, Tottenham, Aston Villa,
Yeah.
2-1 Villa.
Yeah. Was I surprised? Maybe a little bit. I didn't think Spurs would lose that game, to be fair. Um,
Yeah,
but another good performance from Morgan Rogers. Another good performance from Villa, Emre. They've sort of got their mojo back, I think. And Spurs are doing Spurs things, I guess. Sort of losing at home. So yeah, I was a little bit surprised, I guess. But Villa,
especially after the start. Yeah, they made because they went 1-0 up, didn't they?
yeah, yeah, exactly. I watched some of the highlights and um, mate, I think who's been quite poor, who we haven't really spoke about, is Xavi Simmons. There was a lot of, oh, we're glad you got Eze because we've got Simmons, and I'm not saying Eze's been amazing. That's not what I'm saying, but Simmons hasn't done a thing.
Then he's on.
Yeah,
He's 007 now, by the way, and it's gone under the radar.
yeah, yeah.
Under the radar.
He was expensive as well. I think he was
Yeah,
quite
I think he
expensive.
was more expensive than Eze, wasn't he, or around the same?
Thereabouts. Yeah, for
And he's
sure.
had a lot of game time as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, he's not been what I thought he would be. I thought he would be a really, really good player. And I'm not saying he's not, but so far he's not settled in. He is not
No,
settled.
no. And Kudus also didn't play very well. And
Mm,
I just want to touch on Morgan Rogers first off. Lovely, lovely goal.
yeah.
But that second goal
Mm,
from Buendia, like the ball from Matty Cash, I think, to what's his name? Digne.
yeah.
And then flicks it, and then it was a beautiful goal. To be fair,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that goal, not
Mm,
just because it was a goal against Tottenham, but it was just a lovely goal to watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And if Villa can keep that up again, there'll be a team that'll be there or thereabouts trying to fight for places in Europe, which is what they should be doing, to be honest. And they
Yeah,
need to be. 'Cause obviously, they've had sort of financial issues. So yeah, they do need to be up there if they wanna keep pushing on.
100%. Moving on to the big one of the weekend. Manchester United 2,
Mm.
Liverpool 1.
Sorry,
Talk to
sorry,
me.
sorry. Say that again. Sorry.
Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1 at Anfield. Ruben Amorim gets his second win on the bounce for the first time in the Prem at Anfield. Liverpool lose their fourth game on the bounce. Talk to me. What did you think?
Mate. Do you know what? In watching the game, it was actually, without being sort of as a neutral, it was a very, very good game of football, I thought. Especially the second half. It was very end to end. It could have gone either way. When it was a 1-1, it could have gone either way, I think. Um, Obviously, me and you were talking whilst the game was on. Gakpo hit the post in the second half. Salah missed a sitter. Um, United looked like they were going to get a goal on the counter. So it could have gone either way. And I thought it was a really, really good game of football. Man United played really well. But what did you think just in terms of like the actual game?
Yeah, I have one question actually first. Who
Mm.
was at fault for that loss? Arnie Slot or the Liverpool players?
I think Slot, because the subs he made, which were very attacking, and I appreciate that. Like, he's going for it and he wants to win the game. But at the end of the game, mate, he had Florian Wirtz and Curtis Jones as his centre midfielders. Both of them want to go forward, so that was naturally going to leave gaps for Cunha, Mbeumo, Fernandez, and Sesko to sort of mill around in that sort of area, and they were like nicking balls off of them and then countering, and obviously that's how the corner happened, and then obviously from there, obviously they get the winner. So to be honest, I think it's Schlott really like he shouldn't have made that many attacking. Like he had so many attacking players on the pitch already. If they'd have been more clinical with their chances, they would have been out of sight. Even before United got the second goal. Ekatike had a couple of chances that went wide. Obviously, like we said, obviously Gakpo hit the post twice. Salah missed a sitter. So they had chances. They're just one of those days where they just didn't put them away, and they got punished.
Yeah, yeah. No, for me, I had a feeling United were going to get a result there because
Mm.
they always show up, and I think I texted you before. I said it might be a 2-2 draw,
Yeah,
um, which I was actually pretty close with Gakpo
yeah,
guided that header a little bit better.
yeah.
Um, but what a start for United
Mm.
from the off. I think obviously Liverpool. I think that early goal was so important because it was like they just lost 3 on a row. They probably had the international break to reset, and
Yeah.
then 2 minutes into the game they're 1-0 down. So instantly that negativity's back, the pressure's back. We're playing against United.
Mm.
That feel good factor, that reset, just went completely out of the water.
And
I thought, yeah.
sorry, just touching on that. Obviously there was like a Van Dijk went into the back of McAllister and sort of there was like a head injury thing, and but obviously the game played on. Like, what did you think of that? Like, was that the right thing to do to like play on even with the head injury, or because obviously he's caused it to his own player, but I don't really know. Like,
I mean, I think the protocol is that with any head injury, they've got to blow up instantly.
yeah,
But I think I was listening to Troy Deeney speak about this today. He said, the way these players go down now, that they get hit in the leg and hold their face, it
Mm.
makes it hard for the ref. And I think Michael Oliver didn't see it happen so quickly, and the way the
Yeah.
ball bounced, it went forward, so he didn't see it. Would he have
Yeah.
blown if he'd have seen it? Most likely. Did
Yeah.
United get a bit of luck?
Mm.
100%.
Yeah. But it happens. It's football.
That's part and parcel of the game. I can remember countless occasions where Liverpool scored from a tap, or
Mm.
last season, or got the rubber to green. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, on this occasion, Cody Gakpo hit the post. Mo Salah couldn't finish his dinner.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes when you go to Anfield, you need a bit of luck, and United had that,
Yeah.
and they made and also United could have been 2-3 goals up in that first half. I
Yeah.
think Bruno
Yeah.
Fernandes hit. People forget that they had some really good chances. United. It's not
Mm.
like it was a smash and grab, and they only had 2 chances, and Liverpool were peppering them. They gave them a
Yeah.
bloody good game,
Yeah.
and if we talk about what ifs, as I'm hearing a lot of Liverpool fans talking about,
Mm.
what if United had scored those 3 goals? So United deserved to win the game. They were the better team. I
Yeah.
think Alexander Isak was absolutely horrendous. Missed a one-on-one as well. It's clean through on
Yeah.
goal. Made a good run. £150 million he cost. He cost them.
Mm-hmm.
Barely fit. You
Yeah.
know, kept dropping in as a midfielder. Don't know what. This is why I blame Slot for that loss as well. Why is Isak dropping in
Yeah. Mm.
into the midfield? And McAllister was almost playing past Isak.
Yeah.
Um, and then when Wirtz came on, he was almost like at right back and was just running forward with the ball
Mate.
and then passing it sideways. And
Mate.
he's now not even double O, bro. He's 0-10.
Yeah. Ben 10.
Um,
Man's
0-10, bro.
Ben 10.
Ben 10. Someone on Twitter made the jokest video. They put his highlights and put like the Ben 10 music over it. I was creasing.
Mate,
Um,
when he came on, I think his first 3 or 4 touches, he gave the ball away.
yeah,
Uh, Mate, he was dreadful when he came on. He literally, like, there was so many like bad touches, so many like misplaced passes that Fernandez snapped up and then they went on a counter. Um, he was woeful. Isak was woeful. Salah was absolutely atrocious. I don't. To be honest, I think Chiesa should have been starting. Chiesa,
yeah,
he's a proper, like, he's a dog. Like, he runs around after it. He's very hungry to, like, get on the ball and, like, make something happen. Salah just sort of waits around, looks around, waits for the ball to come to him and, like, tries to make something happen. And it's not happened for him this season.
no,
Um, and he's just been, I've spoken to a couple of my mates who are Liverpool fans, and they're not happy with Salah. They want other players to start.
yeah. And I think Chiesa, I think he's got the highest GA for
Mm.
Liverpool this season. Um, and he's not even getting a sniff in the team.
Yeah.
Um, and this goes back to this Liverpool team, and just reminds me of that PSG team with Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, and then the Real Madrid team of last season of Vinny, Mbappe,
Mm.
Rodrigo, Bellingham. When you put all these superstars in the same team, they don't gel often. And they all
Yeah.
have big. Isak has got a big ego. You can see it. He
Mm.
thinks. Salah's got a massive ego.
Yeah.
Van Dijk has got a massive ego. Ekatike doesn't seem like the humblest of guys,
Yeah.
and Wirtz as well. They just don't gel as a team,
No.
and that team has no balance. And I go back to the squad. I got so much abuse from Liverpool fans saying I don't actually rate that squad that highly. And
Yeah.
they're still playing Soboslai at right back.
Mate,
Frimpong has barely had a look in.
you got Frimpong on the
Kirkez
bench. Yeah.
Kirkez has actually probably even been the worst signing. He's been absolutely shocking. He runs around like a headless chicken.
Mate,
Um,
he made Diego Dallo look amazing in that game.
yeah, and some of the things Diego Dallo did yesterday, I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then I think Gravenberch might actually be injured. The McAllister, Gravenberch, Soboslai, Isak just doesn't work. That 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 combination of players just doesn't work because Isak's dropping in. It works better with Ekatike.
Yeah.
And I think Gakpo, even though he gets a lot of abuse from Liverpool fans, has probably been one of their best players this season, alongside
Yeah.
Ekatike and Chiesa.
Yeah.
He was the most dangerous player for Liverpool, and they're in some crisis. And I
Mm.
want to just say one more thing. Arne Slot's attitude after losses is horrendous. The
Mate,
things he was saying,
they say Arteta's bad. Like,
I know if Arteta had been saying any of the things Slot said in the past couple press conferences, I
mm,
would have seen it all over Twitter. And
yeah.
he's so bitter. Do you know what he said about the United game? He said they changed their lineup to play us because Sesko didn't start, and Sesko started the last 5 games. Well,
Yeah.
Amorim's not going to play. Apparently, no teams allowed. Arne Slot has to know the lineup of your team. It's not allowed. It's got to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Arne
Yeah.
Slot needs to know who he's playing up against. No
Yeah.
substitutes allowed.
Yeah. If
Um,
you're playing at Anfield, you need to deliver the team news 2 weeks in advance, please.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you're not allowed to play a single long ball. You have to play out to the back, um, to suit Liverpool's strengths, according to that bold egg. And it's just his attitude. It stinks, mate. And he was so arrogant last season. And I knew he was a fraud. I
Yeah.
knew he was just riding his luck game after game. And to be honest, since 2025, they've been really bad. If
Mm,
Arsenal hadn't had that many injuries, it
yeah.
could have been a different story. And I mean, now that it's not Klopp's team, he's been terrible. Klopp, he should hand that Premier League medal and give it to Klopp. He doesn't
Yeah.
deserve it.
Mate, you should have left it. The team last season maybe made like one signing. They didn't need to make the signings that they made. They didn't need Isak. They didn't need worse. They could have probably just done with Ekatike, and Gahey at the back, and Frimpong. I think is a decent player, and a different left back. Um, they didn't need all these extra players. So yeah, I think obviously, like you say, they're 4 losses on the spin now. Um, Potentially, they could slip up against Frankfurt. They could slip up against Brentford. If they lose a couple more games in the league and they start falling 6, 9, 10 plus points behind, it's a long way back, especially against Man City and Arsenal, who are looking like they're going on sort of winning runs at the moment.
100%. Well, it was certainly a crazy weekend of Premier League football,
It was.
um,
It was. Yeah.
and it was good to have it back. We've got the Champions League coming up this week, which will be interesting. We'll talk about maybe the games in the next week's episode.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean, we've also got a show coming out called Points on the Board, where we give our Premier League predictions for the
Mhm.
coming week and review our previous predictions. So if you're
Yeah.
interested in that, give that a watch. You can watch this podcast on YouTube and Spotify. But thanks for watching.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, give us a 5-star rating on Spotify. Literally anything, it goes a long way for us. We really appreciate obviously all the support so far. And yeah, we'll see you again next week, man.
See you next week. Cheers.